Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in SC Gaming, and that's right, I just changed my intro, not because of the guy that said that I stole it from Husky and HD, because I definitely did not, but because I think that sounds more professional, and it gives the listeners a better view of exactly what I'm commentating. At the top right we have Monday and Buoy, and at the bottom left we have Prototype and Chaos. And this is set 3 of University of Regina versus CSU. CSU is up 2-0. So University of Regina is in a little bit of a bind here, down 2-0, and let's see what they have to do. The protoss player Prototype is going for a supply depot at his ramp and a pylon for the protoss player, the UofR protoss player. It's going to be really hard to cast this. I'm just probably going to cast it by the colors blue terran and pink protoss, and you know, such and such. Early scouts going out for the University of Regina players, and lowering that barracks just so he can get that gas much easier. The units don't have to go necessarily around it. Both units scouting into the top left base. That's kind of particular. I don't know why he did that. They might be going for some type of cheese or a prox. Barracks going down at the same time for the blue Terran player, and doing a little bit of a worker attack here. 2 units for Monday are being chased around. That SCV might get picked off. Hopefully it does not. It's probably going to go for a scout, and that's exactly what happens. These 2 units are going to be deferred, going to go into the top right base, and this is pretty much just a worker battle. This is almost like Mario Kart or something, just a huge race. And now that orange protoss probe is going to sit in the base, and what the heck, not using his chrono boost, that kind of is a no-no, especially for this high tier of Starcraft. And yeah, that chrono boost is just so essential. I don't know why he's not using it, to be honest. Yeah, it seems like he is a good enough player, definitely, to know to keep his chrono boost at the lowest possible level. Chrono boost, I mean, even if you don't really need it, you can use it. I mean, sometimes you want to save it up, but usually you want that chrono boost to be at the lowest energy that it can possibly be at. SCV going to scout in both of the bases here, and that probe, I believe, getting picked off. Zealot now out for the top or the bottom left player, and a gas steal. Sorry, I didn't see that gas steal going on the top right base. Nice job by the UofR guys. Just tech-wise, bring up the production tab. Sorry, I didn't have any tabs out earlier. You can see all the tech that's going on. It looks like we have cybernetics for both players, both protoss players, and not much else for the Terran players. Going another Rax is the bottom right Terran. And just a little bit of an update on my personal concert situation. I did end up selling her the ticket. Did actually cut down the price to $30 because she is one of my good friends. Knew her from elementary school, and she's total reggae freak. She loves reggae, and I felt bad. And there's more to the story than that, but at the end of the day, I sold her the ticket, which is the big part. Looks like a push-out might be going on here. SCV along with 2 Marines and 3 Zealots for the UofR guys. And I'm not sure if the CSU players are ready for this. He does have about 5 Marines out, or 6 Marines out rather, and he's going to be able to defend against this. But no, they go into the protoss base. Uh-oh, a little bit of trouble here. Only 2 Zealots against all of these forces. The stalker pops out just in time, and here we go. The fight is on. The Terran player is going to have to go. A barracks going, or a bunker going down rather. He's going to be able to pick off all of these guys from the back, and this bunker goes down. Nice defense by the CSU players. This is the high tier of play that we like to see. Obviously not up to the top 200 diamond players, so not that high of tier, but this is a lot higher than the CSL. I mean, not the CSL, the KSL. Sorry, this is the CSL. The KSL, where we have a ton of Bronze League players, and so it's really exciting to get better matchups. Both protoss players getting warp gate. Another supply depot going down for the top left Terran player. 2 Zealots out now, and more Marines being built, so it looks like they're going to commit to a more Marine build. Hellions also in the mix. Kind of peculiar why they would go Hellions, not entirely sure. Maybe because it's so Marine heavy, although Marines will just eat through Hellions since they are ranged. And Orbital Command Center finally going down for the Terran player. And this Terran player is also not getting his orbital command, which is kind of funny. Usually players would have had their orbital command way back by now. It looks like a ping going on in this area, probably rallying their troops, getting ready to attack. And I'm just really excited to see what the kind of macro and micro these 2 players have, or 4 players rather. And here we go. Looks like the counterattack is coming in now. A lot of Marines and 2 Stalkers, 2 Zealots coming in here. These sentries are going to play a huge key if they can get off some good force fields. Here come the Marines. Able to pick off one of the... No, not able to pick off one of the sentries. Good micro by the UofR guys. The Hellion is in the mix. He should probably try to pick off the Hellion. Oh, man, not good micro. Not good micro at all by the CSU guys, just going straight into the base. Not a good decision. Probably should have helped the Marines attack, and that Hellion's going to do a lot of... The Hellion's going to do a lot of damage, able to pick off the Hellion. The sentries come in. Sentries are able to clean up this force. One Zealot is all that's in the mix now, and they're going to be able to counterattack as well. There's still forces up at the ramps for the CSU players, but really, really nice defense. Getting his second gas up is the Terran player, as well as an armory. Probably going to go for Thors is what I'm assuming. And we see the Terran player also going for his expansion, and the Protoss player already has his Nexus up, so going to be a little bit of an economic advantage here. Another ping going off at the Xel'Naga watchtower. Both players, we have the left tower for the UofR guys and the right tower for the CSU guys. And now that command center is going to be floated over by the bottom left Terran player, the UofR Terran player, and so they both have their expansions. Critically, this expansion is not up and running for the Protoss player, so the UofR guys are going to be at an economic advantage, and this Marine might survive. Yeah, going to be able to survive. The UofR guys are going to pull back. They do still have that right Xel'Naga watchtower, and pretty big army being built by the CSU guys. Yeah, they do have... They probably have a little bit bigger army and Protoss units, but these siege tanks are going to be really critical now that they have siege mode against these Marines. They're going to just be mincemeat compared to the siege tanks, especially if they go in while they're sieged up. That's going to be really bad. And yes, we have Thors on the way, as well as charge for the UofR guys, and a blink for the CSU players. Both teams look like they're being really content at just macroing up, picking up their expansions. The UofR guys are going to be at a little bit of an advantage just because they have both of their expansions up and running. Both of them, wow, both of them are not very good at using their chrono boost. Actually, really terrible about using their chrono boost. Neither one of them are using their chrono boost nearly at all. Finally using a little, but you know, that's what separates a good Protoss player from a mediocre or average Protoss player, is definitely the chrono boost use. And it looks like a ping going off here. Probably going to go for maybe Stalker Blink is what I'm thinking. Blink up right on this ridge, able to blink back down. There is also this mini ridge, I think, that units can blink on. I'm not entirely sure though. But yeah, what I was saying is that blink definitely makes, not blink, chrono boost definitely makes or breaks you. It makes it so much easier to get probes out, so much easier to get tech out, so much easier to get units out and stuff like that, that you really need to use that chrono boost. And it's kind of sad that the players are not using that chrono boost. And again, not building that orbital command at that expansion, that's going to hurt a lot. Both players not building orbital commands. And orbital commands, a lot of players see it as, you know, it takes so much longer, blah, 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 blah. But orbital commands, the mining that you get is just so essential that observer is going to see that entire army, unfortunately, for the CSU guys. But that orbital command just makes it so much more effective, the mining, simply because of the ability to produce mules, and it also gives you another scan, which is really nice against, you know, undetectable units. That observer is going to see that army moving out, and this is really unfortunate. They know exactly what's going on. A huge siege line going up. Hopefully they don't go right into the front here, and I think they're going to try to go for a little bit of a drop is what I'm assuming, or maybe even a blink. He's going to have to get vision somehow from some type of air unit, maybe the dropship or maybe a scan. That would be pretty gosu. That's what a lot of the higher tier players do, and that's exactly what's going on. The scan going on, really nice job, able to get a ton of stalkers in the base here, and this is going to have to be defended by the Protoss player, but Charge is going to eat up all of these units. If he's going to be able to get a good you know, surround on these units, they're going to be eaten up by this Charge. Sentries now in the mix, Immortals now in the mix, and this force is just going down. Don't know what happened to the Terran player, sorry I missed it, but the Terran player just got eaten alive, it looks like, by those siege tanks. Something happened. All of those units pursuing one of the Thors, and they're in a ton of trouble now. Looks like the orange and green are there's no army for the blue. The blue only has about 2 Thors and a small force of Marines. Here we go now. They're able to push back the units. Here come the siege tanks. The siege tanks siege up, and he's going to have to back up here because that is a lot of siege tanks. He's not going to be able to cope with a force like that. There's also a lot of zealots. 2 sentries out for the CSU Protoss player, and CSU is in a ton of trouble. CSU is also building some starports, immediately getting tech labs, so I'm assuming Banshees is what we're going to see. Cloaked Banshees, more like it. Maybe possibly even Ravens in the mix as well to use that point defense shown against the Stalkers. Here come the Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries. 1 Immortal in the mix. Siege tanks coming in. A whole bunch of forces sieging up, and look, pop 1, 2, 3. All of these units start popping. The siege tanks are just doing so much damage. High Templar in the mix now, able to get some good storms off. If it was before the patch, they'd be able to feed back, but not this time. Not able to feed back the Thor this time. They changed the Thor's cannon attacker or whatever it is to a cooldown instead of energy, and oh man, all these forces are just going right through these players' expansions. CSU is in a ton of hurt, and I think this is probably going to be game. Just a little bit poor miss micro there, going in when the siege tanks were sieged. Really hurt that Terran player, really hurt the push, and should have blinked back the Stalkers. If that would have happened, this game could have been entirely different. But instead, it looks like UofR is going to take the game and only be down 2-1. So hopefully the next player, whoever it is, can bring back the set and feedbacking the medvac. Really nice job there. Pretty Gosu, and killing the tech labs. He had 4 starports, going to be able to go right through this base. Some Zealots and Immortals going to be reinforcing, but it's not going to be enough by any means. And here come the Immortals and Zealots coming in here. Those siege tanks were not sieged. Nice job by the UofR guys, able to pick off all of those Zealots. Not really good micro though. Probably should be attacking, move back, attack, move back. The Immortals are going to go down anytime soon. And yeah, this is pretty much game. Just waiting for a GG here. Also picking up that base up there. And GG coming from Monday in the Allies chat. So not quite GG'd yet, I don't think. But yeah, nice job by the UofR guys. And so now the UofR, University of Regina, is only back 1 set, 2-1 in favor of CSU. Although this is a best of 5, so if CSU can win the next match, they're going to be able to win fairly easily. Well, I mean, not fairly easily, but they're going to win. That's a lot of gateways, but he just doesn't have the mining for it. You can't have that many gateways off 1 base. You're really only supposed to have 4 gateways off 1 base at max. So he's going to be really mineral starved, and I'm probably going to end the cast just because he GG'd in Allied chat, and you know, so that's going to be game. What the heck is this barracks doing? He has a barracks there, and 2 Marines is all of his army. But GG guys, see you guys in set 4.